Hello, everybody. This is Lumina. Welcome to Live with Lumina. Today is episode 2, and it is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, to timestamp that. And I am so excited to be here with you. Today, Tuesday, I was guided to do art. So I'm going to share some of my art. And I invite you, as I wrote in the message from yesterday, to bring some art supplies with you because my whole transmission that I'm speaking is an activation. And sometimes it helps to doodle or just to take notes or to write down because you never know when you'll receive an aha moment. You'll never know when something activates you. And it could be one word. It could be, oh, I just love the hair. It's so fun. It could be a symbol, it could be a code, it could be anything. So I invite you to participate in that way, setting an intention to receive, to be open, to receive the highest vibrational lights, language, sacred geometry, and color rate codes that are for your highest and greatest good. And thank you for everybody who's joining me live and for everybody who's going to watch the replay. And there is no time except the present. So anyone who's watching the replay is actually live with us in the field. So we know I can feel you. I love you. It's always been a dream of mine to do something like this, to have a podcast, and I'm doing it anyways for a month. It's just like everything I'm doing. Like my blue braids are here for like a month and a half, month and a half, I think till the end of November, like I said. So it's just play. It's like taking it's like micro dosing of color, micro dosing of geometry, micro dosing of the frequencies, in these bite-sized chunks. I was talking to someone yesterday. I said, yeah, I started this podcast and it's just an hour of me talking. And she looked at me with her eyes wide, like, wow, an hour. That's a long time ago. That's really short. This is what I love. This is my passion. And I could literally talk the rest of my life nonstop about all the stuff because I am a very clear, open channel and it's just streaming through. It's just streaming through me. On Friday is the Q&A. So I'm going to make a post and I'm going to encourage you all just to think of the questions, any questions you have that you would like me to answer with intuitive wisdom, not personal, they're collective. This is for a gift for the collective. So anything you would like me to read on, to answer, anything you would like to share, because I can respond off your experiences, anything that came up in your reality. And I'm going to walk you through. So I'm being very mindful of the time. Boundaries are one of the hardest things in my life, in this lifetime, for me to focus on. Being grounded and creating the routine and stability. But I'm doing it. It's just an hour. So 12, I started recording. I'm going to finish at 1 and then go on with my day. I have a lot of stuff planned. And the day has been long. So I'm going to share a story. I'm going to weave in artwork. And I hope that you have fun with this. And thank you for your time and tuning in. And I would please subscribe to my channel. I am not doing this live on YouTube. My guidance is not to do things live. And then my guides told me to do this. So I'm doing this on Zoom. It's open. I've broadcast the signal on Zoom, but it's a more protected live space off of social media. And then I'm putting it on YouTube. So it's open. And so in that way, we have to be really diligent with our energies. So why don't you just, if you haven't done it, just close your eyes for a minute, placing your hands on your heart, taking a deep breath. And take 3 deep breaths and just come into this present space. And imagining a golden bubble of protective light around you in all directions, space, and aspects of time. Imagining a cord of red ruby red light extending from you all the way down to the heart center of Mother Earth, the true heart center of Mother Earth, grounding you into the present now moment. And a golden cord of light extending from your crown, the top of your head, all the way up to your higher self, your I am presence, source light. And coming to your heart, just breathing in. And setting an intention that all of the frequencies, energies, vibrations that do not belong to you, that are not in alignment with your highest and greatest good, in all levels, space, and aspects of time, to simply be dissolved and return back to source. And just to come into presence. Notice how you feel. That just took less than a minute. Setting intention, clearing, immaculate, creating immaculate protection, immaculate intentions, immaculate awareness is all part of it. This is Lumina. This is Mystery School Teachings. I want to tell you, today's transmission is about sound healing. Okay. And I said, I'm not actually going to do any sound. The way the settings are set up on Zoom, it doesn't allow ambient sound. I can't figure it out. But it has to do with, I just haven't had the time to figure it out. I can figure out anything. But this is part of my journey. My guides have asked me to let go of everything external because it's distracting. Even for a long period of time, I had to take care of, I used to have a lot of earrings, belly piercing, like all kinds of stuff. And my guidance over the years have said, get rid of everything. It's a way to just not be distracted by all the external and just to become, so in this is like a journey of so many layers and remembering it. So my journey has been of remembering of who I am without anything, like get rid of all the crystals. And I've seen a couple posts online about oracle, people just donating their oracle decks. They're not resonating with them, giving away all their crystals. I'm like, give them to me. No, I'm decluttering. Don't give them to me. Oh, I really like them. I like the shiny things. And I was thinking about it. It's a way for me just to ground and be anchored in this reality, but really we don't need any of it. We are all of it. I do miss the days off world where I could go like this. You don't have to snap. You just close your eyes and you instantly manifest anything. We're not there yet. Most of us are not there yet, right? We're in this dense reality. We're in the in-between stages where we're learning to remember how to do that. I was talking about this yesterday in my intro. There's two things that is like a core grief for me. Core, it's like this core sadness, core grief. The first is that I turned 50 and it just shone this light on my mortality, that even if I play the game, and I have a good life and I can live to be 111 years old, which is pretty spectacular. It's still only 111 years old, where I remember 600, 800, 1,000, thousands of years, different lifetimes. I remember lifetimes. Anyways, we'll get into all that. So story time later. Lots and lots of, we're multidimensional. I guarantee if you're listening to this, you're not from one star system. And that's why so many things excite you. You're probably a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like if you do a DNA test, a human DNA test, which I haven't, you would see you're from all different places. You're part this and part this, percentage of this. Why would it be any different with your multidimensional energies, right? These blue braids are very activating for me. That's part of my, when I imagine, when I feel them, I see them, I look at myself, I'm activated. Like the part of me that lives in Vega, that's living right now because there's no time. So I'm in Vega right now doing these teachings to you. I'm broadcasting at the same time in Arcturus, the same time many places. It's all multidimensional and they're all like these cross points. It's like we we're weaving a web of grid lights around the planet, right? So these blue braids for me, I see myself. I can believe it more that I'm in Vega. It's Vega's really connected with India. It's, these deities like Shiva, you know, the energy is like this blue energy, Shiva, Krishna, like these deities, that it's a blue, it's coming from Vega. And so this reminds me of how I used to wear blue. It reminds me of water. This another lifetime I'm experiencing as a mermaid. My hair is just, I love it. I'm just floating around in the water. Another, it reminds me of like Rasta, like total Rastafarian, like the hippie part of me, right? Another part of me, it's Lemurian. Another part of me is Palladian. It's huge. This is like I integrated my blue braids. I feel so, I just love it. They're gonna have to come out. I'm kind of sad about it, but then I'll do something different because I'm not here just to be that. I'm a Rainbow Ray representative. I'm a keeper of the rainbow code. Rainbow Mandala Love is my jam. It's my frequency, my activation. And I've learned over the years it was Rainbow Mandala Love, and now we're shifting into Lumina, which is the mystery school. But Rainbow Mandala Love is my offering. It's my service. It's how I see Rainbow Mandala Love is that we are all, and it changes, but how I generally see, we all have a unique soul spark that's a different shade of color of the rainbow. And we as people are all a mandala and we're connected with love. So that's what I've always resonated. I work with all the colors. I am obviously a blue ray child. I work with the blue avians. I work with all kinds of beings, the Elohim, blue dragons, like you name it. I'm a blue ray being. You can tell that from what I'm wearing, the Lyra. You can tell that with my energy, my blue eyes, like everything about me screams blue, blue ray. But at the same time, I work with all the rays because I'm here to connect everybody. I am a bridge by nature, just genetically, where I live between worlds. I'm native born Californian and I live in Turkey. And I feel like they're both my home. Like I'm equally at home here because I remember many lifetimes I've lived in Turkey, especially connected with Göbekli Tepe. I can't wait to go at some point, calling in people who would like to go. Sacred pilgrimage. It's connecting with the stars from Göbekli Tepe. If you have not watched, if you don't know what I'm talking about, they unearthed this beautiful, it was like ceremonial, like a temple in Göbekli Tepe in Eastern Turkey. And they made a Netflix series called The Gift. In Turkish, it's Atiye. Atiye is the main character. The thing that activates me the most, she's also a code keeper. It's about time travel and code keeping. And she draws the same symbol over and over in different capacities. Large, she's an artist, so she's doing them larger than life. So I'm evolving into that. Like I connect with her. It's a symbol that's connecting her with Göbekli Tepe. And I had a good friend after they opened it several years ago. She actually, a Turkish friend, she went there and she showed me pictures, and it was just like from the movie, the show, The Gift, Atiye. I recommend you guys watch that. This is like the world that I'm living. We're multidimensional. So I'm galactic, but my boots are on the ground, like we're here now. So don't be too distracted by what's going on up there. What you should be instead focusing on your body and anchoring it and feeling your body, loving on your body, because that's why we're here. Of course, we're timeless, and I believe there's no death. We've had many lifetimes, we'll have many lifetimes. We're all experience in a shard of swords. And so it's just constantly evolution. And I don't like saying ascension so much. It's ascension, descent. I descended into my body. and I'm embodied and holding, and I'm anchoring that with art and the light codes and remembering. I mean, I remember being an artist in the Syrian mystery schools and Sirius A, just these huge, vast temples where you go and it's coming back to before I get distracted, because I have only 1 hour with you guys today and we're focusing on sound, but I have so many stories to tell you. But anyway, so my art is evolving back into that, but the tech isn't here yet for me to do what I have been a master of for many lifetimes, which is you go into a room and you go like this, and it's just the light codes up here. I mean, some of our sci-fi movies are coming out with this stuff. It's just still like, it's very matrixy. That's a documentary, by the way, as are many. But yeah, it's coming. Like, and so I'm just waiting in the meanwhile. I'm painting these cute little stones and I love them. It's all good. So a couple stories, and I'll share some of my recent artwork as I'm stepping back into that. Like I said, oh, there were two things. Oh, okay. So two things that I'm obsessively very sad about. One is that I don't live as long as I want. That's why I was like, we got to wake up, snap out, we got work to do, okay? Time is short. You never know how long you're going to live. Or you don't remember it like you planned it, but you know what I mean. The second is that I can't do magic in the way that it used to. I remember being witch. I remember, I love my favorite film genres are fantasy and sci-fi. That's not an accident. I love dragons and unicorns and Avatar, and like, I remember that. I spend every moment of every day trying to wield magic to come out of my palms. It's just so dense here, but we're remembering. And I'm really fascinated with manifesting right now. So I'm learning, I'm in a bunch of different programs because that's a kind of magic that we can start to remember as manifesting. And it happens all the time. So magic and living longer. And as we raise our vibration, become lighter, become more crystalline, our magic is being returned to us. And that's why because that's the path I'm walking. I'm walking this portal of magic and miracles and mastery. It's activating that, because if you're here watching, it's activating that with you too. And again, if you have any questions about anything, let me know, because I'm just here to serve. So I'm going to tell you about my morning. So this morning I woke up. So I was told it's about sound. So I woke up before it was dark out. And I'm just awake, I don't set my alarm. I do set my alarm because, my kids have to go to school and all that. But anyways, most of the time I wake. As an artist, I don't work in time. I don't work in linear time. I work in quantum time. So today, I'm in service. So it's like whatever, a deep surrender. This is how I live my life, and that's what I'm going to share. So I'm just trying to focus. So I woke up, it's dark, and instantly I'm listening. I sleep with earplugs. Okay. I really, for the most part, need silence when I'm sleeping. So, like my husband's in bed, and, I'm not alone, so I like to be withdrawn, like quiet. And yeah, he's snoring. And then I go downstairs and my dog is snoring. So everything is about sound this morning. I mean, just focus. So I wake up and I hear the call to prayer. I live in Turkey. I don't usually hear it. It's not right next to my house, thank goodness. But sometimes it brings my awareness. So I was just listening to the call to prayer and thinking about the power of the vibration in Turkey going out, 5 times a day, calling people to come to the mosque to pray, or wherever you are. And the vibration. So I was show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Help me remember what I've forgotten. So what is the message? Every single thing is a message for you, by you, to you, right? So the message was like sound healing today. That's your thing for today. I said, okay. So then I start listening in silence. I highly recommend waking up early before the world is awake and then waking up with it. So I spent I don't know, at least 44 minutes, listening to the sounds of the world in silence before everybody woke up. And it was everything from a car, a motorcycle, listening to the human-made sounds, listening to the human sounds, the organic, the inorganic, the birds, like how many different kinds of birds. I'm reading books to my children before bed, and one of them was about the woodpecker. Last night I had to repeat that part because my son had fallen asleep, and so I had to repeat it, and it was about the woodpecker, like the part that I reread. Like all of this is divinely interwoven, right? So the part that I reread was about the woodpecker. With 6 of them, the woodpeckers were digging a hole. It's the faraway tree. They were digging a hole into the faraway tree to make a hole, to go rescue some people that were hidden, that were like trapped in the tree. But in the book, it was like the woodpecker sound was like this. And so I remembered that, just how do you express? So this transmission about sound is this. The transmission today is about the color, the color, light, and geometry of sound. And if you're drawing right now, I would love to see your pictures. I would love to hear from you. What does the geometry, the light, and the frequency, what of sound look like to you? How does sound look? How does sound feel? This is about expanding your multidimensional senses, looking at sound not from a noise that we hear with these ears, right, in this body, but it's more of what is the geometry of a sound? What does it look like? So that was like the download I got, the masterclass download I got to give to you guys. And then there were like 1,000 other things. We'll get to that. So I was watching the world wake up, and I was looking at a cloud. And I said, wow, what does the sound of that cloud, what does that cloud sound like? And then I could see, I could feel it. When you're in a higher frequency of the senses, it's like I like color, okay? So color is color, right? You see with your eyes. But then there's what is the sound of color? This is the next octave of senses, right? It's a multi-dimensional, like when you think of, okay, a piano, right? Like the sound that's it's like one melodic, I don't know, structure. But now we're infusing that piano, like the note of C. What is the geometry of that? What is the symbol of C? When you hear it, what is the color of that? The sound, how does it smell? The fragrance. So you start looking at these things that you've always looked at, like a rainbow, and what does a rainbow sound like? So that's your homework today. This is a class. This is master class teachings. We're in class right now. This is Luminous Multidimensional Starseed School of Light. So I invite you today to go through the world to hyper focus on sound. Sounds that you can hear, sounds that you cannot hear. What does the silence sound like? So in this morning it was black and it was silent and it was in waves, right? Because sound, that makes sense. They're showing me right now. Sound is like waves, right? Think about how a whale is coming through, like the whale, the sonar of the whale, and how the whale's song, it just travels across the ocean floor. And the AM and FM radio waves, the frequency of sound, how it travels There's so much that we cannot see, but it's around us. As a mother, I have the magical ability to tune out sound. I like, you can hear a baby crying. I can tune it out and not hear it. It's like our awareness is what is it focused on, okay? So I'm gonna try to complete this point because we're at the halfway mark in 4 minutes. Sound. That's your homework today. How does the world come alive? So I was hearing all the different kinds of birds. I had my eyes closed and then I would open my eyes. So it's like you're resetting your senses. You're activating and raising the frequency of your senses to sound. Like, and then I was seeing the sky get lighter and lighter. What was the sound of the light increasing? What was the sound of this cloud? What was the sound of, there's a chemtrail, which I'll talk about in a minute. Like the chemtrail, this line, this inorganic line versus the clouds, which are organic, and the slips, the elementals. Expand your senses today with sound. What are the sounds that bother you? What are the sounds that harmonize you? You listen to music. Are you listening to the soul? I always forget how to pronounce it. Solfeggio frequencies. The 432, the 369, the 639, 963, all of these hertz. Go on YouTube, check out sound healing. Can you do sound healing without any bowls, any instruments? Do it with your body. What is the sound? And then I was bringing my awareness to my breath, the sound of breathing in and out. What does it sound like when you're humming, like inside of your brain, you humming or you talking? You know, I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, why don't you do a podcast? And they said, oh, I hate the sound of my voice. I said, well, that's how we hear you. You could play around with recording your voice. You don't like a meditation, make your own meditation. Play with sound. I would love to hear your experience about sound, because sound is all around. The sound is powerful. Like the vibration is powerful. A mosquito comes into my room. There was one last night. I go, hi, thank you for the visit. I love you. What is your message for me? How can I help you? Why did you get my attention? And usually it's about sound healing. Sometimes it's something else, but what's coming through is sound healing. When I get the message, I thank the mosquito and ask it if it can go on its way, because I'm very sensitive to sound and I really want to get my sleep. Thank you very much. Usually it listens. And then usually I try to release it outside. Sometimes it's an energy exchange, my blood for its blood. Sometimes we're in a journey, we're not all perfect, but usually I give them a choice. And most oftentimes than not, it's about sound healing. The power. Mosquito doesn't bother me when it's biting me and causing me itch. The noise, it's what, like, I can't handle it. My son will play, my husband, my son, they play this sound frequency test on YouTube. It's a sound test, ear test. What do you call that? And it's like playing in the other room. And I'm like, I can't handle the sound. It's so loud. I go, turn it off. It happens all the time whenever they do this. I have exceptional hearing, especially out of my left ear. And today I was balancing the right ear. Anyways, I'm like, turn it off. And they're like, what? I don't hear anything. I said, can't you hear that? It's like this high pitch, what dogs would hear. That's the way that I'm hearing. Like, it's this high pitched, I can hear that. And yet I was born in the middle of okay, it's 12:30. So I need to wrap up my point. Working on boundaries. But I was born in the middle of Los Angeles, this big chaos. I can thrive in cities. And yet I am so grateful I live in silence, but it's never silent. I live by the beach, you know, in a village, or not a village, like by the beach in Fatier. It's so beautiful here. There's sounds of the birds, you know, the planes. There's people, there's laughter, there's the dogs. Oh, when I was listening this morning, like my dog and other dogs, like the dogs are singing, birds are singing, the leaves are singing, the grass is singing, clouds are singing. So that was just a huge transmission to you about sound. And I want to show you some colors. I'll just show you this. I didn't do more because I was busy yesterday. I said I would, but the picture I drew about three-eye atlas, it's color. Like when you look at this gold and the red together, what sound do you feel or hear when you look at it? Look at the world around you. How does it sound? And if you don't like it, do you like singing? Maybe play. Sound is, we're going to start remembering that, the importance of sound healing and how easy it is to shift your mood when you start humming. It's free. You always have it within you. Whistling, do a pattern interrupt, right? Do something different. Hum, sing, tone, scream, yell, get it out of your system. And then there's the softer, like listen to your favorite music, dance, listen to the world around you, talking, the voice, just, I would love to hear your experience about sound today. I just want to shift the energy because I'm going to tell a second story. Shamana tatamana kaitatara komono ko tatara ka shamana atatara kai kung o mana atatara ka ai tatai patai kono nana manai toho mana tatai ata mana tatai. Taking 3 deep breaths, and we're going to shift to the next story. Listening to the sound of your breath. Second story. Story time. So this morning, I went outside and I was playing around with the field of sound. I was walking my dog and there were these chemtrails. So I could see this line. And the Arcturians are master healers. They work with this exquisite technology. I always call them, and I call in source, I call in the angels, I call in everybody you can think of to instantaneously transmute the negative, harmful effects of any chemtrails, to transmute that into love and light, something benevolent, beneficial, and beautiful for us all. Because we're that powerful as creator beings, okay? And it was just like a line. And then I was like, went back inside, I came back outside. So the way I do my protection, and I'm gonna tell you this. So my intention to do protection, it just takes a minute. Again, just I say this. So I command, demand, and activate an impenetrable, unbreakable, indestructible, golden, crystalline, white, iridescent, pure dome of light, a protective shield around me, my family, friends, community, my home environment, my city, all my loved ones and all my family, for the entire day today until tomorrow, the next time I do this activation, transmission, protection of light. So I do that all the time, over and over and over. I envision, envision, can't pronounce that word, a dome of light around me, protection. And because I had seen that chemtrail, I always ask the Arcturians, and I ask Source, and I ask the angels to instantaneously put like this invisible dome around, of protection around me, my family, friends, community, home, and city. And I invite you guys all to do the same thing. Okay, I do this, and I would love to hear your experience about that. So I do that all the time. And so it was, and then I was kind of, I must have said it because I got the proof. So I went back outside And I kid you not, I looked up and over my home, exactly. And I'm actually guided to not take a lot of pictures of some things and a lot of some others. Like I'm supposed to take pictures of art, but of this amazing phenomena, they're like, no, I just have to experience it. It's also a distraction. So I didn't take a picture, but it's basically there, like literally it was a confirmation, and I have to share that with you because it's part of the activation today. So literally there's a dome around, it's huge, around my whole home, and it extends like pretty far out. Okay, it's literally above my house and where I live and over the water because I live next to the water. Okay, and how did I know that? Because this chemtrail, this cloud, I mean, it was a straight line. It chemtrail. It was literally on top of the dome. Like, can you imagine? This was like super magical confirmation that the dome was working. I know it is, but it's a way for me to explain that. So there's this dome, and there's literally a line, a straight, like how you would see an arc of a rainbow. That's how big this dome was. And there was this line from here to here of like literally this, like a rib and a bow or something. It's working. Of course it's working. Do it. Okay, that call on the Arcturians, benevolent Arcturians, to help instantaneously transmute and send back to source the chemtrails, the negative effects of the chemtrails, and to transmute, like your master beings of creators, so transmute that to love and light, and like magic, right? Bring in the unicorns and dragons, get some unicorn magic. So I had this visual, okay? And then after the kids went to school, I did this guided meditation. I'm doing, like I said, these, so that was really cool. Okay, so the second part of the story is like really kind of crazy that I have to share with you. So I'm in these different manifestation, abundance, like magnetizing programs. Like I'm just trying to work magic, okay? And I did this guided meditation this morning about getting to the root cause of fear. I've done this before and I've had many different things, but there's so many layers. It's like an onion. So there's one layer and one layer and one layer, and we're only shown, it's on a need to know basis. We're only shown what we need to know at that moment, what we can handle, what's beneficial to us, beneficial on some level. There's always more. Okay. So today I did this guided meditation going to the core root of fear for me. And it has to do with the dome. Like this is all divine timing. The fact that I did this meditation, not yesterday, but I did it after I saw the visual of the dome. Like that's why I always trust in the divine timing of when I do something, how I do it, why I do it. I just listen and I do it. And there's always, always a reason. Like, get this. So, and I invite you to do that because it's powerful. Like, go to the free, and then so it's like, so this course I'm doing is the Art of Manifesting, which is with Regan Hillier, which I really like her. It's part of Mind Valley. And it's super affordable. I highly recommend that. So I'm on the third try of doing it. I haven't completed yet, but I'm gonna complete it. Anyways, so I just love her meditations. There's a coughing. This is about healing and sound because I can hear the sound. So I do this guided meditation to go to the core root of fear. And I was shown an image of Lyra, okay? The star system constellation of Lyra in our galaxy. It's basically the first place in our galaxy that was seeded with human life. It was like Andromeda Galaxy and then Milky Way Galaxy. And so the birthplace in this galaxy is Lyra. It's very high frequency. There's so much being disclosed right now, remembered. Many of us carry, like, that's like the origin. Most of us have Lyran DNA. It's becoming activated, this three-eye atlas with Lionsgate. There's more and more online, like people are having these memories of Lyra. Okay, this is part of the story. So it's pretty crazy. I'll see what wants to come through for me to share. But basically, I was shown an image of when I was in Lyra, and I've had several lifetimes in Lyra, but in Lyra is humanoid. Lyra was basically very high frequency. It's like the movie The Avatar. Like you have paradise, utopia, super high frequency, peace, love, benevolence. People live like hundreds of years. Like people got along. Like everyone was, I mean, it was just perfect. It's living in paradise. This is paradise. I mean, think about the movie The Avatar, how beautiful it was, and just it's all utopian, like we're all connected as one. Animals communicate with humans, like everybody gets along, like we're in this kind of paradise. So I was there, okay, and then like so the root cause of fear, this is what I was shown and felt and experienced, was this beautiful paradise. And get this, in 1 second everything changed. So the root cause happened in the next second. All of these ships came in, they materialized. This was the exact moment that the Lyran Draconian War started in my hometown. Okay, so Lyra is a very big, it's a huge star system, like it's a huge place. This is all I can speak about when I was shown is in where I was, in my home world, okay, in Lyra. It was the moment of the Lyra Draconian Wars, okay? And so that is like what started war. Like before then, the Lyrans did not have a word or understanding of war. There was no war. There was no separation. There was no anger. There was no trauma. There was none of that. Like it didn't exist. So can you imagine peaceful? Well, it's been repeated in our history, right? With the indigenous culture. So it's like that. So in Lyra, all of a sudden you look up, and this is all like in 2 seconds. You look up, the Draconians come and they're using the weapons were like these sound sonar ray guns kind of technology things that I don't have words for, but it was they came and they just blasted. There was no talking, there was conquering. Okay, so they just took out these sound, this sonar frequency. It was a sound sonar frequency weapon, like sonar weapon, I'm hearing. And these ray guns, and then boop, and then we all like we didn't know what was going on, you guys. It's 1244, 44, angelic number. I see that all the time. So basically, we just kind of looked up, and all of a sudden, these beings materialized and disintegrated us all in like 2 seconds. There was no talking. We were just gone. But in the 1 second before that happened, because we're highly evolved, we just understood like, oh shoot, that's it, game's over. Like that was the root cause of the fear. Like we were gone. And then we were gone. Like our world was just gone. It was just blown up. Like I just had an itch in my ear, like ears listening. Can you imagine? No warning, nothing. Just like they came, boom, gone, like in a few seconds. But the 1 second before we were gone, we realized what happened. Because it's like, it was like they did this area, this area. So we saw, like, we just looked. That's what I'm being shown. We just looked and it was like, that's gone. So we like were able to register it like, oh shoot. We couldn't do anything, nothing. It was like it was gone. And then we said, wow, what is this? Okay. Like that was like scared or fear. Like That was the beginning of fear. That was the root cause of fear. So that was interesting. Okay. Now, the next part of the meditation, like we pulled out, because you're kind of this neutral observer of it, not getting sucked back into the emotions or anything. But basically, the way that Regan was explaining it in the meditation was you have, or before, you have it's like stacked fear. So you have the root cause, okay, of the fear, and then you probably forget about it, because like in my case it was lifetimes ago. It could be in this lifetime, it could be future, there's no time. Anyways, it's stacked. So there could be one little thing that happens in this lifetime, it's a trigger, and it's not logical, like it doesn't make sense. Why am I scared of that? It's like your whole body is just freaking out, like you hear one word or you see something, it's like a huge trigger. It doesn't make logical sense, but your body does. It's a stacked fear that's in your DNA, it's in your field. Okay, so when you get to the root cause and you pull it by the roots, everything else dissolves and you can do healing around that. So this was just a very brief process. I invite you guys to do stuff like this when you're guided to, especially if something comes up. Anyway, so then we kind of went out, and then what I did next was I rewrote that. I kind of did my own process. So I went back to that and I rewrote the timeline. So what I did was I time traveled. Me and many people. This is not just about me. It's not like I did it, but me and many people from this time, that especially you're hearing this message, I invite you to go and do that because you were probably there. So basically we went back, or I went back to the moment before, a few moments before that happened, before the draconians came. And I warned my people. I told them, I created a dome around them. You know, and the elders at the time, because I was young, I remember they're showing me, I was probably the same age, but I was probably like a couple hundred. I was like 550, I think, around the same age. But that's like a youngster over there. Okay. Anyways, I was like a youngster, right? But I told the elders. It was telepathic, right? So okay, it's instantaneous. I was able to warn them. So I went back in time traveling, totally possible, right? Went back in time to right before that moment happened in Lyra. And I warned everybody telepathically, like, something's going to happen. Just trust me. It's what I said. We need to create a protection, a dome, an invisibility cloak. And so we all did that, like instantaneously with the geometries, we connected, we created this dome. If you've seen the movie Black Panther, something like that, like their whole city is under this dome, right? Or Under the Dome, like that star Steven Spielberg, something like a dome, like Wonder Woman, you have like these visuals. So we created this telepathic dome, crystalline, white, iridescent, pearlescent, luminous lights. Invisibility cloak. So what happened? So we did that. It was just set. It gave us time. The draconians appeared. They didn't see anybody. And they left. They blinked in and they blinked out. They went somewhere else. The war is inevitable. But what happened was, I'm talking to you, that we were protected. It gave us time to prepare because we knew what was coming, and we were able to gather the resources and to protect the legacy because we knew what was coming. It's inevitable. We chose this. We chose the descent to learn. Consciousness wanted to learn. There's no victims here. It was just, but we wanted to be prepared for this time so that we could go back in time and change the timeline. So we changed it. So we prepared, we were able to transmit the codes and keys and templates, safeguard them, bring them off world, off planet, because we knew it was just a matter of time that it was all going to be destroyed, right? A lot of Lyra was destroyed. It was the beginning of these wars, beginning of the fear. But because me and a group of people, we went back in time and we changed the timeline with this protection, we were able to preserve and to save. And so many of us are the survivors from that moment, is what I was shown this morning when I did that meditation. It was so profound. I invite you, this resonates at all, to do that meditation. Go into meditation, go back in time and change the timeline. That's all it takes. And we're here, so it worked, obviously. We are the survivors. We are the code keepers. We are the star seeds. We plant us and we bloom, we radiate. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop what's coming. So I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. Like everything just changed from that. And I was shown that I was able to see that. I've done that meditation. I did it last year. I wasn't shown that. I was shown something else. Remember, you're always going to hear what you need to hear at every moment. That's perfect for you. I would love to hear if that resonates. Lyra, people are going to start talking more and more about Lyra. I invite you to listen. Listen to the world about sound. I want to show you some artwork now because today is artwork day. Now, okay, let me just, this is the third part. Again, I do things in threes. Take a deep breath, connecting with your heart, taking 3 deep breaths, just shifting the energy. Again, one more time. Okay. Third part of about 10 minutes, less than that. I want to show you some artwork. So I joined Art to Life, and there was a program. It was a 3-day program, or was it 5 days? 3 days, I think. I stretched it out for a week. Art to Spark. And it was just unleashing your inner artist, inner child. And I loved every moment. I've posted some of the pictures on my page, Rainbow Mandala Love. And I just want to walk you through what I did. This was from September, 3 days. September 15th, Monday, 2025. It looks a little dark. I'm going to go back here. I'm in my room. The lighting keeps changing. So September 15th, 16th, and 17th, 2025. So, and this is what I do. When I watch videos, I'm drawing, I'm painting, and that's why I want you guys to draw. And I would love to see your pictures. I'll probably create a book, a page where you can share your artwork, but I just want to show you, this is, I invite you to get a journal. So I just had this one. And I just want to share some artwork with you. And I didn't post all of it. So this was based on this is called activating. I did share this one. And the lighting is, again, not very good, but that's okay. Activating. And then I was just playing. This one is called Elemental Rainbow Activation. This is all oil pastels. I'll probably post all of them because I love all of them. You can see them. Oh, elemental. So these are the elements. Rainbow. This is fire. You can see which one you like. This one is earth. And again, these are like quick sketches. Like I was just doing over and over and over. So each one was probably like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Very quick. This is water. There's nice blues in here. Yeah, I'm learning how to do all of this stuff on Instagram and how to make videos. I'm really bad at, historically I've been bad at them and I'm learning. So I want to, maybe I'll make a video when I have a moment to show you the pictures, like to make a reel, and I'll share it on my page. This is air. but I want to show you live. This one is called Stargazing. I love this one. So they're like intuitive art exercises as my computer is falling. I'm sitting on my bed and it's falling. Okay, Stargazing. I love that one. Okay, now I don't think I've shared these. This one is called, and when you're doing artwork, I invite you to write down, take notes what you're writing because you'll forget. This one was, what colors are a yes for me? Aqua, turquoise, and magenta. So these are like my colors, which the lighting is not good, but again, you can see them. And I love them. I'm going to be doing lots and lots and lots of art. This is just the second episode. The next one is, how can I create more of what I love? I want to live my life in bright, bold, and vibrant living colors. I made this. You have an intent. Intuitive art is the way I do it. It's you have an intention and then you just go for it. This one I absolutely love. This is how can I create more of what I love? Freedom to be me. This one was so cool. I am not the best with realism, but I do like it. It was like this, and I saw the bird. The bird just emerged, and then I drew the bird. And again, it was just like 10 minutes while I was listening to something. But these are really fun. Okay, the next one is Rainbow Nebula. I made a rainbow nebula. The next one is Divine Focus. And of course, all of these, you can do any direction. Just a couple more. The next one is Alchemical Magical Surprise. I have 2 minutes. The next one is True North. What are the things that bring you alive? Alchemy. There's a lot of golds in this one. This is all freehand. Like I didn't even find the center. It's all just going for it. And the last one. Oh, I like this one a lot too. What are the things that bring you alive? True North. Again, love, art, and nature. And I made this all in fluorescence. So I have 2 minutes left. Very good. I did it. 1 hour transmission in 3 parts. I would love to hear your experience, your takeaway, what you got from this, how this is landing for you. I just recorded a video right before this about my one-on-one program that I'm launching. So you can watch that, called Illuminate. That's how you can work with me. We start on 11/11. And this space that's going to be in December, but we start on 11/11. This space is me showing up live every day, Monday to Friday, for an hour, talking about magic and miracles and mastery in a variety of different forms. So tomorrow's Wednesday will be episode 3, and I want to do some oracle card reading with one of the oracle cards that I did, a project, the Oracle of the 44. And so I'm going to play around with that, and I have a surprise. You can tune in and you can see how I work with them and what that is for you. So we're going to focus on that tomorrow. If you have any questions for Friday, I'm doing a live Q&A. So just message me. You can write them in the comments. You can private message me, and I'm going to compile all the questions and answer them with intuitive messages. So that's it. It's 1 o'clock. And I love you. I hope you have the most magical day. Please, I would love to hear from you. Let me know how this is landing. If you have questions, or what would you like me to talk about? Share your artwork, share your wins, share your excitement. And I will see you tomorrow. I love you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock for Live with Lumina, episode 3. And we're going to be working with Oracle. And again, remember your homework for today. Practical application is looking at sound, looking at the geometry, the colors, the frequency of sound, and sharing all the magical sound tools, how you use sound healing in your life. What kind of sounds light you up? What kind of sounds make magic in your world? And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again for tuning in. I absolutely love you. This is Live with Lumina, and I will talk with you soon. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.